Hey guys, welcome back. I'm kind of excited with this stream as well. Basically, today we're gonna be talking about how to set your goals. I'm really sorry because I'm kind of bright, like I'm saying, like my face cam. Something is going on with this. I'm gonna try to adjust it very quickly. Hopefully I can, but if not, then we're just gonna deal with it the way it is. So setting your goals is really important, whether you're doing this on YouTube or some goals in your life. Maybe you need to set goals for your finances or school or anything like that. That's what we're gonna talk about. But basically, main focus is obviously YouTube as always. One second, let me just adjust this filter. I don't actually think that's gonna help, but okay, let's see how that works. It's still weird, but okay, never mind. So how is everybody's day going? We'll see who is here, and I wanna say hi to you guys, and then let's go from there. So, yeah, okay. So far, nobody's here. Ghost town. All right, no problem. So setting goals is pretty much beginning of the process with achieving things in life. Especially comes the same to YouTube. If you wanna progress, you wanna build your, let's say, audience, your views, your subscribers, your watch time, you pretty much gotta start and set some goals. Now, if you don't have any goals, you can still do YouTube, you can still be successful. However, when you set your goals, number one, you're speeding up the process. And number two, you kind of like basically, goal is like a promise to yourself that, for example, 90 days from now, let's say, I'm gonna achieve A, B, and C. And that's why you set up goals. So you have kind of obligation, almost like an obligation to basically get there. Now, how you get there, that depends on many different variants. Hey, Expert Poem, how you doing? How are you, Expert Poem? So, number one, always set goals, all the time. So, for example, in case of YouTube specifically, when you set up your goals, you might start from something small. It also depends, like, for example, if your goal is, you have to determine what your goal is gonna be. Maybe you wanna have more views on your channel. Maybe you're gonna have more subscribers. Usually that goes together. Yeah, I'm good too, Expert Poem. I know you didn't ask me, but that's good. You feel good, and me too. I'm doing good. But goals are basically the very first thing you gotta do. So, for example, if you set the goals, and let's say, for example, you're gaining 20 or 40 subscribers a month. That's what I'm getting, by the way. 20 subscribers a month, 20 to 25, something like that, right? So when you set the goals, number one, you basically always set the goals higher than you can achieve. It has to be something with a stretch. It cannot be the same, like you're getting 20 subscribers a month. Okay, stream is good. Yeah, listen, thank you for telling me that, but it might collapse. I'm gonna actually try to wire the entire house with the, wire instead of Wi-Fi. But it's good for now. If not, then you know what to do. Come back in like 3 minutes and it should be fine. Hopefully we have no issues. So when you set the goals, like I said, if let's say I'm making, like my channel gets 20 subscribers a month, right? For the next 90 days, I would basically have 60 extra subscribers. But that's not the goal. That's what happens anyway. So your goal cannot be same like whatever happens anyway. It has to be something way higher. So for example, I supposed to get 60, not supposed to, but I would normally get 60 subscribers in next 90 days. Increase this goal by minimum 5. And the reason is because if you try to increase your goal by like what you normally get by 5, even if you don't get there, you will basically go somewhere around the target. So if normally you would get this 60 subscribers, let's say next 90 days, but you're gonna set the goal, and instead of 60 subscribers, the goal is gonna be 300, trust me, whether you get there or not is not even the most important factor. The most important factor is what you're gonna learn on your journey to get there. And number two, even if you miss the goal, then basically, even if you miss the goal, let's say you end up on like 220 subscribers. 220 subscribers is still way better than 60. So even if you miss your goal, you basically still achieve more than you normally would. Expert poem, because this is very easy answer, because you're the only one here. But thank you for being here. There is no people, I guess, today, so I mean, I don't know, it's weird that way, but that's fine. I heard this really big quote about setting up goals that comes from Les Brown, which is like a tremendous mentor, super successful person, and he is always saying, basically, the problem with people is not that they try to measure high and they miss, but they try to measure low and hit. What he means is people don't believe in themselves, don't give themselves credit. They don't, wake up every day and say, I can do it. Maybe it's not gonna happen today or tomorrow, but sooner or later, when you program yourself the correct way, things will happen. Additionally, what I would suggest with goals per se, basically write them down. Write them down. There is two ways to write the goals down. Number one, you can write it in visible place to you, right? Write them down on your calendar, let's say, and pretty much write them down. When you write that down, it kind of puts it to your mind better. So you write them down, and basically you can forget about it, or you can sometimes check the paper what you wrote. Obviously you know what you wrote. Or there is other way. Write the goal down and put it to the drawer and never look at it. That's the other way to do it, basically. 1 second. Oh, that's good. I'm happy that the tutorials help. Yeah, today is a little bit different. It's more like setting goals, but it's also helpful. So I'm happy that the tutorials help. Do I have traveling made behind me? Oh, you mean the green screen thingy? The mat? Yeah. It's the one of the, the 5x7 inches. It's like a foldable green screen that you fold in hands. Yeah, that's what I have. And it kind of folds and you can put it to this circle that you can carry around. It's 5x7 feet. Yeah. I think that's what you're asking me. I'm assuming. So what I was gonna say. So when you write it down, you kind of make it more concrete. Yeah, we call it green screen. We don't call it traveling mat. I mean, no. I don't know if you're referring to the same thing. But yeah, it's basically like a green screen. Same one that Chris is using, except for I flip it to the blue side. Because it has blue and green side. One side is blue, one green. Yeah, so we call it green screen normally. That's how we usually say. Okay. So basically, that's the thing with the goals. Also, goals can even start from something very, very small. So for example, if you're making videos, let's say you're making, 3 videos a day, you can wake up every day and you can pretty much say, today, I'm gonna make this video just a little bit better than yesterday. And that's a goal too. That's goal for today. Goal for 90 days from now is different than goal from today. So you can pretty much set these goals and kind of program your mind and go with it. And every day, repeat the same thing. You wake up tomorrow morning and you say the same thing. You know what? Yesterday's video was okay, but today's video I'm gonna make even better. And you try to maybe put little better music or something, little better edit or whatever happens with it, or even better gameplay, or maybe perhaps you are playing solo, include some other people, or vice versa. There is always something to improve and basically make your goals possible. When you do this every single day, then sooner or later you're gonna learn how to achieve your goals and make the goals higher. But to measure the goals, measure them in 90 days periods usually. Don't measure the goals day to day, especially with YouTube, because sometimes what's gonna happen is when you measure the goals every day, for example, sometimes your views might even go down, and then you're gonna be extremely disappointed because, for 1 or 2 days the views go down and you think oh my God, it's not only I didn't achieve the goals, but my views went down. But that's not always the case. It's 90-day cycles. You have to measure the goals minimum at 90 days. Don't measure them every week. You can measure them, but, try to basically kind of, if it goes not the way you like to, don't think that you're not achieving the goals. That's what I'm trying to say. Because sometimes you make bunch of videos, and some videos, for example in YouTube specifically, they don't actually click until maybe 2 months later. They don't even click. Nobody will even see this video until 2 months later. And then after 2 months, the video starts to go. So when you compare the metrics and analytics, always check like previous 90 days, or at least monthly, but usually like 90 days. That's why I like that feature 90 days, because this is so true for anything else too. When you go, I used to kind of sell nutrition before, try to anyway. So that was the same thing. Basically, when I used to sell this nutrition, like I would be like, okay, this month I was able to sell this, but like last 90 days, you see, you set up the goals for 90 days. I'm gonna do A, B, and C. Oh, you have a YouTube planner? You mean YouTube planner, somebody is helping to you to plan YouTube? Or you mean planner as far as a book, like a little notebook? But that's good, yeah. And you also put the date on it. You don't have to tell me the date, I'm just saying. If your goal is to have 200 subscribers, also, you have to make sure you say to yourself when. Because, if you put, I want to have 200 subscribers without the actual time, then it might stretch for 5 years or 2 years. But if you put it like a book, okay, good. Yeah. You write it down. That's the smartest thing to do, actually. And then if you give yourself the time limit for it, then whether you achieve it that time or not, but it's definitely going to speed up your process. That's why writing goals is so basically crucial. Chris's channel, as you know, Chris, wanted to have 200 subscribers. We had 130 that time. That was February, I think, of last year. And I told Chris how many subscribers, what do you think you can achieve by basically August? And he tells me 200. He already had 130 subscribers. So I said to him, Chris, measure higher. Go in put on the calendar and put 500. He put on the calendar 500, and I'm not gonna lie to you, the last like 30 to 40 subscribers was really difficult to actually have, basically before the 500, because like organically we would have maybe 440 or 450, but also we had these little cards, the cards, like they look like a business card, but we printed Chris's channel on top of it, right? Me and my wife, I ordered the card somewhere. And we started to, the end that we couldn't even get there to 500, we started to give the little cards to people. And guess what? On beginning of August, on his birthday, he had, I believe, 511 subscribers. That was a year ago, obviously. And basically that's it. So I kind of proved to him, like, Chris, see, we wanted to get there. It was a little bit difficult, but we got there. Not 200, not 3, not 4, but 500 subscribers. That's what I always say, always measure higher. Hello, subscribe for no reason, please. Your name is funny, dude. But you know what? I saw from somewhere that you're actually getting subscribers by using this name. So listen, whatever works. But that's cool. Sorry, I'm late. No, you're fine, don't worry. Everybody has a busy schedule. So when you set up goals, always set them higher and always give yourself a time, because goals without the time are basically kind of like you're dreaming, basically. You're not actually setting up goals. And also, this is the obvious one, you have to also put some action to it, because just the goal itself is not gonna achieve itself without actually doing something for it. So especially when you try to say higher goals, you have to make more action. If you say, for example, if somebody makes one video a week, but you want your goal to be 5 times what you normally would get in, let's say, next 90 days, then maybe you're gonna have to make 3 videos a week or 5. I don't know. It depends on somebody's channel, because if you make some epic content, it may be just basically making the content a little better, and you produce 1 video a month. There is channels like that produce only 1 video a month, but their videos, every single video is clickable. Like clickable meaning people actually look for it. One big example is, what is this dude? Dude Perfect. If I'm not mistaken, they only make like one video every 2 weeks or every week. I think every 2 weeks they make one piece of video, piece of content, and guess what? It gets ton of views, millions and millions of views. But number one is top-notch quality the content, and it's always interesting. What they do in every video is interesting. I don't watch too long, but basically for because my time is very like short. I deal with Chris's channel a little bit. I do my channel. I have work. I have my wife, Chris school, and this and that. So I'm actually extremely occupied, and my wife too. I'm not saying only me. Basically, we're very busy. But what I'm trying to say is like they find the time and they make the content really epic, and people watch it. So it doesn't have to be necessarily more videos every time, but it's also sometimes is basically making, let's say, better video, better edits, let's say you wake up tomorrow morning and say, you know what, my audio was kind of alright, but I'm gonna basically make even better tomorrow. I'm gonna, increase a little bit volume, reduce a little bit of the noise and stuff like that. Some simple little steps, they can become goals as well. Yeah, okay, so you guys subbing each other. Okay. So basically that's the thing though, and goals are number one, but obviously action is number two, and also is extremely important. If you wanna, very simple formula, if you wanna achieve more, obviously you gotta put more effort. Usually there might be some couple of lucky YouTubers and they might achieve something by accident kind of, but to tell you the truth, they all working hard. Even this person that you guys know the story, I already mentioned a couple of times. This lady with the van, like living in the van, single female traveler or something like that, living in a van, and she got like 1.5 million subscribers on the second video. Look, it's true. She might be a little bit lucky. 1 second, sorry. But actually, I can bet you that these first two videos that she pushed were so planned that I don't even know how to plan videos like this. Obviously, I don't have that success. It was planned to the dot, those videos. It was not an accident how the video was shot on the camera. None of this was accident. Actually, this lady is super smart and basically was able to do it, was able to pull it off. And that's awesome, So that thumbs up to her because she was able to do it. You what? You did what to your finger? You spoke my finger? You mean broke your finger? I'm not sure exactly. But Jesus, be careful, guys. I don't know what you did to your finger, but okay. Spoke my finger. I think you mean you broke. I don't know. I don't know what you did. But so that's the thing though. Even this person got this, 1.5 million subscribers. Oh, poke your finger. Oh, jeez. Be careful. So basically, but it was all pre-planned. Almost nothing happens by complete accident. Even sometimes people say, oh, she's so lucky because, she just posted 2 videos and blah, blah. None of it is true. She's not just lucky. Yes, she might be lucky a little bit too, but she actually put a lot of effort to research what video she should basically make, exactly how to record the video. She's for sure not a new person to record videos or vlogs because the video is very fluent, and obviously she has some previous experience. Additionally, she had Instagram with 10,000 followers, and I know that's not a lot, but you know what I mean. What I'm trying to say is she has previous experience. This is not a brand new person coming and accidentally popping up a video that has few million views. This is somebody that basically, planned it, make a goal of it, that she's gonna make this 2 or 3 or 10 epic videos, and she basically pushed them to the YouTube and they clicked. That's all. So action is as important as setting up goals, because goals without actually doing any action are just pretty much dreams. The same like we would dream we win a lottery. And for most people, unfortunately, that doesn't work. So, setting up goals is number one, very important, but also you have to back it up by action. Because if you just set the goals, most likely nothing will happen. And then we will look at our calendars or books or whatever we use, and the goal is gonna stay there, but then basically it's not gonna just grow itself. We have to also make action for it, you know. When you make the goal, also make some kind of small plan, you know. If it's like huge plan, and let's say in my point I have 170 subscribers or something, and I would want to get, you know, 1,000 by Christmas, which is almost impossible, by the way. Now, everything is possible, but what I'm saying is a little bit stretched. So what does that mean for me? That means I have to pretty much from now on make better videos, most likely make more videos, do some research what videos people are looking for, and basically put the effort so these videos are gonna click. At least one in few videos. Not every videos on YouTube click, but if you do enough research, then some do. So that's what I would want to say. But setting up goals is extremely important. If you don't set up any goals, and you know you don't set up any goals, and you're just doing YouTube or business or in your home or even school, you have to have some goals, because without them, you don't have this kind of destination point. You don't know where you're going actually. Are you asking me? I'm not sure. Expert poem, if you're asking me something or you're asking the other person. Can I do PCV? I'm not sure if you're asking me. PCV? I don't even know what you mean PCV, but I have couple of Final Cut Pro videos, but sure, I will do more tutorials for Final Cut Pro, no problem. Why are you using Final Cut Pro, by the way, Expert Poem? You have Final Cut Pro? That's awesome if you do. I love this program, by the way. But I will post more Final Cut Pro tutorials as well, because I know a couple of them. Mostly I get only like 30 views per video, 20 to 30 to 40 occasionally. Oh, you do not have Final Cut Pro. Okay, but either way, you don't have to have it to learn it, I guess. That's the point. So either way, you're asking for it, I'm gonna for sure do it. Oh yeah, you have Final Cut Pro, subscribe for no reason, that's cool. Final Cut Pro is an epic program. I know there is better ones, but Final Cut Pro is actually really awesome. And I'm basically using it for a while. And you know, I started to use some different programs before, but none of them worked. So basically, that's why I like to use Final Cut Pro. So I will basically do it. I will do other couple of tutorials. Yeah, so that's the point. One second. Let me just. So guys, what kind of other tutorials you want me to do? Sorry, because my phone keeps ringing, and I wasn't sure who that was. So what other tutorials you guys want me to make besides Final Cut Pro tutorials? I will do YouTube still no matter what. But yeah, there is this Adobe Premiere, which is actually, sure, no problem, Expert Poem, which is actually better technically. Final Cut Pro is awesome, okay? I tried to use a movie, it was ridiculous, okay? I was like, forget it, I'm not gonna play with this stuff. I used to have, yeah, but you have to also subscribe for no reason. I don't know how many subscribers you have right now, first of all, but number one, you have to put the date on it. Like, you cannot just say, I wanna have 300 subscribers to yourself, you know, but basically put the date on it. Like, I don't know how many subscribers you have, but make it a goal, make it a date. By, let's say, September, whatever, I'm gonna have 300 subscribers. So that's my point, you know. And what I was gonna say. So the reason I like Final Cut Pro, because it's basically you buy it one time. Yes, it's expensive, little bit, you know. It's not expensive for me, because I use it a lot, so I kind of think it's not expensive for me. But basically, for somebody that starts YouTube, I can kind of see it, why they say it's expensive, because, you know, it's $300. That's not a cheap program. $300 is a lot of money. Some people buy computer for $300, you know what I mean? So I don't want to sound like I'm ignorant or something. $300 is actually a lot of money. But you have a lot of features in it, and once you buy it, you don't pay monthly. So you buy it one time and you use it forever. That's the reason I bought it, because I use it forever. And yes, I bought some other special effects. That's a different ball game. So the Final Cut Pro has only very little effects. No, I mean, it has like filters, little color grading, has, you know, sound effects and all this stuff. But also, if you want to have bigger library, obviously you have to go outside Final Cut Pro. So that's the thing though. The only thing that I don't like about Final Cut Pro specifically is the fact that it doesn't have motion tracking. So everything you have to do with keyframing, which is basically, for example, if I would want to move this hand like this, and let's say I'm gonna put some logo on top of my hand to move together, every time I move my hand one frame, I have to adjust bunch of points to move together. So that's not actually motion tracking, that's called keyframing. That's how you see sometimes, I don't know if you guys saw this video, what was this called? Magic Controller Part 2, for example, and stuff like that, where, or any other that Chris is pointing, you know, the gun, right, the Nerf gun, and shooting, and his friend Bartek. So every time you have to adjust it, you know. If it will be like a couple of flashes, then you have to adjust it every single, not only every single second, but every single frame. That's the reason. It's a little bit difficult in Final Cut Pro. If the program would have motion tracking, all you needed to do is basically point it to the thing and it will track it for you and you don't have to do anything. That's the difference. That's the only reason the Magic Controller Part 2, not on my channel, on Chris's channel, Magic Controller Part 2, because we put some special effects on it. So yeah, that's the only problem I have with Final Cut Pro. Anything else? I know some people say, oh no, this is not even close to professional program. I don't know what they're talking about. Couple of movies were shot on basically Final Cut Pro, edited, I mean, not shot. Edited, sorry, on Final Cut Pro. For me, is an amazing program, and I think for $300 is a tremendous value. You say my friend are not in my videos. I'm not sure. I think subscribe for reason was asking me, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so basically that's the thing though. That's how I like personally this program. You know, there is many others. KineMaster is really good if you're on the phone and mobile. You can do a bunch of things with it as well. You can even basically, it's a little bit less sophisticated, but you can still do keyframing and move objects together with your hand. Let's say you have fire, and you can even do it in KineMaster where you move the fire together. Although I'm not familiar how to do it, so I wouldn't really know. So anyways, alright guys, if you have any questions, I'm gonna wrap up the stream. I know this is a short one, but basically this is the topic I was gonna discuss today. And if you have any questions, pop it on the screen. If not, I'm gonna wrap it up. And it was a cool little stream that I wanted to do today. Tomorrow I'm working, I don't think I can stream. I mean, it's gonna be extremely difficult because I'm working a bunch of hours and I'm also working kind of physically, so I'm really exhausted. I will maybe try to do it on Thursday or Friday, but if not, I'm gonna make a couple of streams in weekend and make some other videos. Okay guys, so thank you so much for watching. I see you next time. Take care and bye, and see you in the next stream. Bye guys.